We are at video number 0027, The Way of Devotion. Whether a seeker follows the path of wisdom, selfless service, or meditation, the spiritual journey is never easy. It is like driving through steep mountains on a winding road, full of turns, climbs, and descents. Yet, for those who are eager to reach the destination quickly, there exists a shorter route, a tunnel through the heart of the mountain. In the spiritual path, this tunnel is called the way of devotion. To enter this tunnel, one must have faith that there will be light at the end. This path is especially suited for those whose hearts are tender and who can cultivate deep love, faith, and yearning for the divine. A student is asking a question. I have heard that there are many ways to reach the divine through knowledge, through action, through meditation, and through devotion. Why then is the way of devotion called the shortcut to God? Isn't every path sacred and complete? The Guru replies, indeed, every path is sacred, like different roads leading to the same summit. The path of knowledge, Gyan Yoga, demands a sharp intellect and deep discrimination. The path of devotion, the path of action, Karma Yoga, calls for tireless selflessness. The path of meditation, Dhyana Yoga, requires a still and disciplined mind. Each of these is like a road that winds through steep hills and narrow valleys. The traveler must persevere through storms, fatigue, and confusion. Progress is certain, but slow. However, there is one path that cuts straight through the mountain of life, a path that does not wind nor weary the traveler. This is Bhakti Yoga, the way of devotion. The student is asking another question. How can devotion be like a tunnel through a mountain? The Guru replies, imagine you're driving on a mountain road, up and down, curve after curve. Every turn hides the destination from view. But then you find a tunnel dark, narrow, and unknown. To enter it, you need faith. Faith that light awaits at the other end. Similarly, in spiritual life, the tunnel is devotion. It appears uncertain to the reasoning mind, but it is filled with the warmth of love. Once you surrender and walk through it with faith, The light of God's presence greets you at the end. The student is asking another question. But faith seems so intangible. How can I develop this faith and love? The Guru replies, faith is the seed, and love is its flower. You water this seed through remembrance, prayer, and gratitude. In the Bhagavad Gītā, Lord Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, do it as an offering to me. Gita, verse number 27 of chapter 9. This means that devotion is not separate from life. Every thought, every action, every moment, when done with love and remembrance, becomes worship. Faith grows when you experience that divine response to love. As you surrender more, the heart becomes lighter and the presence of God becomes clearer. The student is asking another question. Does that mean devotion is easier than other paths? The Guru replies, it is simpler, not necessarily easier. Simplicity means it can be practiced by anyone, a scholar or illiterate, rich or poor, monk or householder. But easy? No. The challenge of devotion lies in surrender. The ego resists surrender. It prefers to think, I am doing, I am controlling, I am achieving. But the way of devotion asks you to say instead, thou art the doer, I am thy instrument. When the I dissolves in thou, the tunnel opens and divine light floods in. The student is asking another question. How does one practice this devotion in daily life amid responsibilities and struggles? The Guru replies, the true test of devotion is not in temples or forests, but in the marketplace of life. Do your duties, but remember whose world this is. Speak kindly, remembering whose voice speaks through you. Serve others, seeing God in their eyes. Krishna tells Arjun, he who sees me in all beings and all beings in me, to him I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. Gita, verse number 30, chapter 6. This is living devotion, to see divinity everywhere and act from that awareness. When you wash a dish with love for God, that becomes meditation. When you help a stranger, that becomes worship. When you endure pain with patience, that becomes penance. A student is asking another question. Sometimes the heart feels empty. There is no love, no faith, only dryness. What then? The Guru replies, That dryness is also part of the path. When love seems lost, remember the seed is resting underground. Continue watering it with remembrance and prayer, and it will sprout again. Even longing itself is devotion. When you cry, Lord, where are you? That cry pierces the heavens, the Gita says. Even if the most sinful worship me with undivided devotion, he is to be considered righteous, for he has rightly resolved. Gita chapter 9, verse number 30. Never think your heart is too small for God. It is God's own temple. A student is asking another question. Then, what is the final fruit of this way of devotion? The Guru replies, when love becomes complete, the distinction between lover and beloved disappears. The devotee does not say, I love God. Instead, love itself becomes his nature. Krishna declares in the Gita, by devotion, one truly knows me, and upon knowing me, enters into me. Gita chapter 18 and verse number 55. The destination of devotion is not a place. It is union with the divine. It is peace unshakable, joy unending, and love without reason. The student is asking another question. So, the tunnel of devotion, though dark at first, truly leads to light. The Guru replies, yes. When you walk with faith through the darkness of surrender, you emerge into the radiance of divine love. The heart then becomes the sun that never sets. That is why the way of devotion is called the shortcut. Not because it avoids effort, but because it goes straight to the heart of God. Now we come to the closing reflection for you. The way of devotion is not about emotion alone. The way of devotion is not about emotion alone. It is about transformation. It begins with faith, grows with love, and ends in union. It is the most direct way because love needs no translation. As light travels faster through space, so love travels fastest to God. As light travels fastest through space, so love travels fastest to God. And remember, to those who love me, I give myself completely. This is Bhagavad Gītā 9.22, chapter 9, verse number 22, paraphrased. Hari Om.